everybody. Welcome to this edition of Understanding Your Health. I'm Todd Scarborough, along with Dr. Tom Butler. Tom, it's always good to have you here. And we get into so many different conversations about health, and that's basically what we try to do here is bring very basic, usable information to people. And then before long, it morphs into things that that make us laugh and entertain us. And why? Because these things are very simple, and then in turn, people are making some very basic mistakes when it comes to health. And the one area and want to talk about today on this show, the main thing we want to talk about here and cover on today's show is weight loss. And the old four-letter word diet that we all dread. One of the worst things people, I think, as far as weight loss is concerned, they think of weight loss as actually fat loss. You don't want to lose muscle, obviously. Right. And then the diet word, it almost insinuates to stop eating or cut your food supply. And what people don't understand is the metabolic rate is a very complicated process. And so why don't you address a little bit about what happens when, say, a female wakes up one day, and I'll pick on the girls here, that and they're real bad about this too, is they'll say, oh, I'm going to lose weight, I'm too big, I'm going to stop eating. What happens when you stop eating, Tom? Oh, yeah.
Well, let me preface my answer with this. I actually had a diet center for 2 years, and I ran that. And boy, did I learn a lot of what to do and not do. And I guess I was as bad as some of the people that were representing what I was supposed to do. They had us putting people on a fast, and then nothing but like a powdery goo that you mixed with water, and just a couple times a day, that's all you had. And then you just had a barely little smattering of food. And I have to tell you, the results are brilliant. Like yes. you can drop their weight so fast. And one gentleman, this one gentleman, he lost so much weight, people didn't even recognize him. He lost like 60 pounds in just a few months. I know that sounds wild, but it really drops off because they know what to eat. They know what to eat, which is just that powdery goo, which is almost nothing. So it's just a modified fast. But I have to tell you, the gentleman came back 2 years later, and he weighed 67 pounds more than what that got down to.
Yes.
So the net return of my brilliance was he gained 4 pounds. And so anyway, I had enough of that, and I was really out there sincerely trying to help them. But I found out the faster it goes off, the less likely it is to stay off.
That's very true. And that's a great point to add there, because what happens is people want to, they put it on over years and even decades. And then they want to take it off in a month, and they want to lose, I tell people, 10 pounds 10 pounds in a month is okay. 2 pounds a week is actually the ideal, in my opinion, is doing it slowly and milking it off. But when you have this person, say 100 pounds overweight, and I sit them down in front of me, and the first thing they say when I say 2 pounds, I want you to lose 2 pounds a week, and they go, really, is that all? And I go, do the math, okay? 52 weeks, you're losing 2 pounds. That's 104 pounds in a year. You're half the man you used to be this time next year if you do everything right. And literally, I've had 10 people that I've consulted with that have lost 100 pounds in less than a year's time. But they've done it the right way. They've kept it off. Anytime, folks, that you try to do anything fast, I mean, your mother used to tell you to slow down, chew your food, all of those things. You've got to slow down, take it at a slow, steady pace, and then more than anything, Tom, and I know you'll agree with this as well, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, I mean, do not watch these commercials. As soon as you see an infomercial, turn it off now, because they're going to promise you the moon. And most of the time, these diet programs, Tom, like you've seen, that take it off fast, yes, they will, and it's some miraculous results. We have HCG diets out there and all these things now. But what happens, the yo-yo effect. And we're going to come back after the break, folks, and talk about why you would yo-yo after you decrease the calories to such an extent. It's called the metabolic rate, folks, and you're resetting that clock every time that you restrict those calories. So we'll come back, talk to Tom, and we'll get you updated here on the right ways to lose fat when we get back.